Hello YouTube family, welcome to or welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Sharida. Welcome. And in today's video, we are diving into my favorite fragrances in my entire collection. These are my top 10 for life, and as long as they continue to make it, more than likely I will be buying it. All right, so without further ado, let's jump right in. Okay, you guys, before we start, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. Be sure to give the video a big thumbs up if you find any value in the content along the way, because it helps me to grow, and I have to thank you for 30K. 30K. Like, what, who am I right now? I never thought I would see this kind of success on YouTube. So just a big thank you from the bottom of my heart. And so let's jump in. Okay, so the first one on this list is a Gourmand. Okay, yes, we're gonna start with the Gourmand. And I find that this is still probably one of the most beautiful and unique chocolate fragrances that I've ever smelled. I've smelled a lot, I have a lot, but this one is just the queen, and rightfully titled Chocolate Queen. It's just everything to me. It's very ambery. It's very sweet. It's got a ton of gourmand notes. I think there's like dulce de leche, Irish cream, of course, like fudge and the chocolatey notes, but it's just the way it comes together. Even though it's extremely foodie, it is very elevated. It is very gourmand, but very much so a perfume. You don't put this on and smell like food. You put this on, you smell irresistible, you smell sweet, you smell delectable, and you feel like a queen. Like, I feel so beautiful and so intoxicating, desirable when I put this on. Okay, so Navitus really hit it out of the park with this one, and so for that reason, Chocolate Queen is absolutely a top 10 for life. Next up on the list is going to be probably the only newer fragrance in my collection. All the rest of these, y'all, if you ride with me, you already know what's probably going to be on this list. But Vanille Planifolia, the Extrait 21 by Guerlain, is a masterpiece vanilla fragrance, and I just can't get enough of it. It's so hard to describe the beauty of this fragrance. There is something very simplistic about it, but then there's also some complexities. It's just hard to describe. So what I get is a very rich, sweet vanilla, okay? But it is complemented with gorgeous spices. It is very resinous, okay? There's a little ambery touch, but for me, I'm getting a very resinous, beautiful, sweet, somewhat feminine leaning vanilla. I don't think you would put this on and think that it leans masculine in any way. At the same time, I feel like if a man wore this, he would smell absolutely delicious. Very unisex, but just leaning slightly feminine to me, in my opinion. Very sentimental perfume for many reasons, and I love it. I love it. If you are fortunate enough to ever sample this or try it, I will say do so. It was a blind buy for me, but very risky, just because the price point, but if anything I know is that I know I'm going to love a Guerlain vanilla, and I do. Definitely the best blind buy, in recent times for me. So Vanille Planifolia Extrait 21 by the House of Guerlain. Next up is the most beautiful rose oud combination. Y'all, it's a lot of vanillas on this list, and it's a lot of rose. Okay, so your girl is who she is, and it's very evident with this top 10 list. But Scherzo by Miller Harris is probably the most unique, gorgeous rose oud combo. It is really hard to describe. There's a greenness to it from the Divana. It's a very beautiful, lush rose, and to me, like, when I hear that, some people I know automatically will feel like this wears mature. So if you're not a lover of rose, definitely try it first. It's not safe blind buy at all. I don't think any oud is, but this is done in a way that is just how I love my ouds. I love them sugary sweet. I love them very feminine, and this is literally like what that personifies. It's got some sweet notes, it's got some tangerine, some narcissus, and it's balanced to perfection. I would love to visit the Miller Harris house like one day, because I hear that they actually pump this scent out onto the streets to lure people in. Like, we'll just be in heaven. and boy, would I be lured in. One of the most beautiful fragrances I've ever smelled in my life. Either you're gonna love it or hate it. It's one of those. A lot of the perfumes on this list are quite polarizing, but this is a rose oud, so it's probably going to be one of the most polarizing on this list. But try it. I think they have the little small travel sizes at Anthropology. So sample it first for sure. But it's a standout fragrance, and I love this fragrance. Next up is the viral sensation Bianca Latte. Bianca Latte is the it girl as far as the gourmands, and really she ain't took her foot off the pedal, you know, the gas, since she's dropped. Been around what, a year and a half, couple years now, and the hype is still, you know, very present, very real around this fragrance, and for good reason. Very, very sweet, rich, vanilla, caramel, honey scent. It's, you know, got some cumin in there that gives it a very unique quality. It's musky, it's delicious, it's to die for. I mean, simply put, I don't even need to take all day to sit here and talk about this. Get your nose on it. If you have never tried this fragrance, they have samples anywhere. They probably sell perfume samples right now. So get you a decant, sample it. It's beautiful all year. Even though this is very robust and sweet and thick, I wear this all year. I don't find it too cloying, but I would imagine some might. But yeah, stellar, star, stunning vanilla gourmand fragrance. Bianca Latte by the House of Giardini di Toscana. Next up is yet another vanilla. This is, of course, my fragrance will make the list. MAHNI CASSONADE, my fragrance done in collaboration with the House of Navitus. So this is the vanilla that I felt like was missing from my collection, and also I wanted to create a vanilla for their house. Navitus has a very wide range of fragrances. They've got some soft florals. They have some really dark, bold, sexy, masculine ouds. They've got freshies. They had everything but just a standout vanilla fragrance. And that is what I wanted to create. And that is what Mr. Bertrand Duchefort did for the girls, okay? So MAHNI CASSONADE features notes of vanilla ice cream, vanilla caviar. You have this beautiful, robust brown sugar, and you really get the brown sugar, a boatload of toffee, and it's just perfection. It's balanced with a little amber and musk, and it's very heavy on the amberwood. And so if you're not a fan of that note in particular, I would say sample it, because they do have it available, okay, for sample in the new Navitus Discovery set. So if you're kind of on the fence about amberwood, super sweet, sample it first, okay? But if that sounds like something that you love, then MAHNI CASSONADE, I highly recommend. Not because I'm biased, but because it's good, all right? So again, MAHNI CASSONADE by the House of Navitus. And don't forget, you can always save 10% on any Navitus fragrance when you use my discount code. Those details will be in the description box below. Next up is the, oh my God, y'all, this fragrance is so elusive. It is so annoying that they have not restocked this. Mona, it's like she's trying to cause like herself harm because let somebody see her on the streets. Listen, we need this fragrance back in stock. The whole scent split fiasco was it just made it even more like, what is going on? Why can't we get this back in our lives? So this is my second bottle of SANTAL, The Wedding, by Kylie, and it's very vanilla heavy. You have some pink praline in there. It's balanced with this beautiful, juicy, I think peach or nectarine note. Florals is so like just sweet and feminine and girly, and like what dreams are made of. If you love fruity florals, if you love sweet vanilla fragrances, this is like, it's kind of embodying all of that. It's balanced so beautifully with lots of sandalwood and musk, and it's just a 10 out of 10 scent. It is beautiful. I know everyone may not think so, but I ride for this one. This is my favorite Kylie, even over Vanilla 28, okay? Love that fragrance, but it's not on the list this year because she's been dethroned. She has been dethroned. So hopefully we get her back at some point this year. That's the word on the street. But The Wedding Silk SANTAL 36 is absolutely one of my top 10 for life. Next up is the perfume that took 2023 by storm, and absolutely Wash Guidance would be on the list. So this is It's super spicy, it's super sexy, but it's super feminine. There is this juiciness from, you know, the fruits. It's going to be from osmanthus mainly, and the pear. And then you have this gorgeous, beautiful rose saffron thing going on. There is a little nuttiness at the top from hazelnut, but it is a very bold and complex scent. It is absolutely not a safe blind buy. People get so many different things on their skin from this fragrance. All the reason to try it and test it. They have samples and decants everywhere. I would recommend scent splits. You can get varying sizes decants, but it's a masterpiece. This is a masterpiece scent for me. The performance is on a 20 out of 10. Like, really, you're talking about, you got to wash this off. You're talking about washing your clothes and you pick it out the dryer and it still has like hints of guidance on it. This thing performs. I don't know how Quentin Biche does this, but he knows how to make a stunning fragrance that is feminine and that performs, which brings us to the next fragrance. The same man. Well, the same nose, I would say. Delina. Delina is so soft and beautiful and just all the things girly like this bottle would suggest, but she lasts a good 12-16 hours. I would spray this on my skin, you guys, and I would smell this literally on my skin, not my clothes only, my skin, after a 12-hour shift, and not faintly like it's a skin scent. It is still projecting. I'm still getting compliments. This is your rose lychee fragrance. It has a very tart, beautiful, bright rhubarb, and that can be the note that kind of throws a lot of people off, but I love it. And I think that's what makes this Delina my absolute favorite, because it does feature that rhubarb note. It is absolutely a stunner. This is definitely catnip for men. And if you're going on a first date and you're trying to slay and impress, this is the only option. This is the only option, I'm telling you. Get some every time. But absolutely a top 3 probably out of my collection. This is Delina on my first niche purchases, and absolutely in love with this scent forever. Next up is going to be Rosendo Mateu's number 5. This is, oh God, you just gotta try it. You just gotta try it. This is a very saffron heavy fragrance, and the saffron, the way it's done in here, can come off rubbery to some people. So please, 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 please test this fragrance first before you buy, because this is definitely going to be a love or a hate. You know, I love the polarizing ones, it seems, but this is very sweet. It's very, very musky. And the musk in here is done in a very sensual way. It's not a clean musk, but it's not dirty and animalic. It's just perfection. That's how I can describe it. Very strong projection, head turner, okay? It's very beautiful, ambery, sensual, musky, extremely sweet, a little spicy. That is how I would describe this. And this is just like one of the sexiest fragrances that you would ever smell in your life. Even though it's not one of those like dark, spicy scents, it's still nonetheless extremely sexy, and I love it. Again, this is Rosendo Mateu's number 5. Last and certainly but not least, I know everyone is tired of it, but this will always, it will always be in my top 10. And I'm gonna hate that soon I will be shelling out coins for a new one, but I think I will definitely be getting the big bottle next time, just because I always try to mind my sprays. I try to conserve it because I am just one of those people. I hate having to rebuy a fragrance that I already have, and I have a huge collection, but it's just like some I'm going to have to rebuy. I will always have to, all of these I'm going to rebuy when we are done with them. So here we are on our last little leg of Baccarat Rouge 540. Beautiful saffron. I love me some saffron, y'all, if you haven't noticed, but beautiful saffron scent, sugary, sugary sweet. You've got the fur, you've got some ambergris. It's just addictive. It's truly addictive. The ambroxan will make this scent fill a room. It will be on your clothes, you know, until you wash them. You put this on a leather jacket, you stick it in the closet, you come back to the closet next winter, it's probably still going to have some remnants of Baccarat on it. This is just one that truly is coveted, and I don't care how many dupes they make. I do not care. This is still the GOAT. Okay, this is still the GOAT, and I'm obsessed with this scent. One of my first also niche purchases, and when I first smelled it, my eyes got so big, and it was just like I was very new to this whole niche role, and I'm like, this is what they have to offer in the, you know, in the niche like community work. Like I had never smelled anything so beautiful. Yes. Okay. I love it. You already know about it, of course, but I have to always include this because this is probably one of the most special scents in my collection, and I'm not gonna let anyone ruin it for me. I don't care how many people wear it or dupe it. I don't care. Okay. I live in Atlanta. I never smelled this on anyone. So again, this is Baccarat Rouge 540 by the house of Francis Kirk Geon. All right, you guys, so that is my list for today. What do you think? Give me, you don't have to list your top 10, but maybe at least your top 3. Drop me a comment below and let me know some of your all-time favorites that you'll obviously purchase that you just hold near and dear to your heart within your collection of fragrances. I would love to know. Make sure, again, that you are subscribed to the channel. Give the video a big thumbs up. And last but not least, make sure that notification bell is on and set to all. I will be uploading a lot more often throughout the week, so you just never know when I'm going to drop a gem for you, all right? And you want to be notified. It is been real. I love you all, YouTube, and I will catch you guys on the next one.